Hello and welcome to the first episode of Bust and Rust, or Rust and Bust. I'll figure out what to call it. But this franchise is gonna be one where I have a team full of players past their prime and some recent draft bust, and try to take them to the Super Bowl. Try to win as much games as I can with them. As for the team I'm gonna choose, it's gonna be one that's known for taking bust. Kind of consider the Jags or Jets. You know, Jets taking guys like Calvin Pryor, Zach Wilson. Could have done the Lions, the Raiders based off of their first round picks the last 20 years. But I'm gonna choose a team that's known for taking bust, and it's the Browns. You can see the top players and the team overall. It's gonna be a tough road. For the coach, I'll use the same playbooks. I don't know who to base it off of. Can do spaces. Oh wait, yeah. Oops. What the? I'll just make it John Madden Jr. But as for the team and kind of the requirements, I guess, for the Rust category, want to choose players who are past their prime, but ones that aren't necessarily starters. I just wanted players that were very old and usually or generally under 75 overall. There's a couple of exceptions, of course, because I want to fill out a team, but we'll kind of go over the roster and explain why. I'm gonna play on all Madden, just the basic settings. Try to keep it. It's not gonna be realistic, but at least I'm gonna try to make it difficult but fun. So the injury sliders are gonna be low to start, but when the season starts, I'm gonna bump it up. I think 10-minute quarters is perfect, at least from when I play. I have a custom, where's it at? A custom draft class based off of this season's draft class. So the season, or we're just gonna act like it's 2022, just prior before. So yeah, we're still gonna have Tom Brady on the roster or in the league, a lot of these older players, and let's get right to it. So I'll just be John Madden Jr. Why not? But yeah, so 2022, have this team full of old players and draft busts. So let's check out the team. It's gonna be interesting. So for the Rust category, Joe Flacco fits. There's a couple of other guys like Matt Ryan I could have chose, but Matt Ryan's a starter for the Colts in this team, or in this roster, I guess. And so Flacco was like the third string, and yeah, he's pretty old, way past his prime. So he'll be our backup. Zach Wilson, the number 2 overall pick, hasn't lived up to expectations and has been bad, just awful. There's kind of like no other way to put it. Like at least guys like Sam Darnold or just even like Sam Darnold is at least a high quality backup. Wilson doesn't even have that type of promise, but he'll be our starting quarterback. We'll try to revive his career. Josh Rosen, I believe it was like the 10th pick in the 2018 draft, but bringing up Sam Darnold again, you have guys like him, Baker Mayfield, who are at least backup quality players, and you have Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, who are just great. Nathan Peterman, how could I not? Gotta get the Pete man. Running back's tough for the bust categories. I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire fits, was a first round pick, by the Chiefs, and they just want to replace him. They re-signed Jerick McKinnon, who plays kind of a similar role that he was going to play, and who knows if he'll even contribute as much. Trey Sermon was a third-round pick, but he couldn't even make the roster or contribute, and he was handpicked by Kyle Shanahan for the Niners. So just to be a third-round pick and not even make the team or be cut after like a year or two, it's pretty bad. It's hard to find busts with running backs because if you're a first or second round pick, usually you at least contribute. And I don't want to choose guys like Rashad Penny who are still a good running back, just, disappointment. It's true busts, like guys who aren't even that good. Taiwan Jones is older. I left some of the Browns rookies and young players just to have a full roster. They're probably not going to make the team. I'm not going to bank on it. Christian Wade and Taiwan Jones, two Buffalo Bills legends. Taiwan Jones also a Raiders legend. More like special teamers. I just got Christian Wade because some of the older running backs are more highly rated. And it's just fun to have Wade. Had like a couple of good preseason moments. Former rugby player. Taiwan Jones, kind of just special teamer, been in the league for a while. No fullback. It's kind of hard to find a fullback that fits the category. And the wide receiver room is crazy. John Ross, top 10 pick for the Bengals, just hasn't done much. A speedy wide receiver, had the fastest 40-yard time at when he ran it, and just hasn't been good. Jalen Reagor taken in front of Justin Jefferson. The Vikings laughed when he was taken. That's how the pick was seen by some of the people in the league. Hasn't really done much. Hopefully we could revive his career. Josh Gordon, he's an older player, but he's not like a bust where he was bad. He could have been one of the better wide receivers of the last decade if he could just lay off the weed. So he's here, he's back in the league. Tavon Austin, another first round pick, and he has some of the most electric college tape, but for him to just bounce around and not really find a role, it's kind of disappointing based off of his college tape. Laquan Treadwell, first round pick wide receiver that wasn't good. Schwartz might make the team. We'll see, because he was like a third round pick, but he's been bad too. Was supposed to be kind of a deep threat field stretcher, but just can't catch. Kevin White was also a top 10 pick. I didn't check if Sammy Watkins was on this roster, but it might have been rated too highly. But Kevin White taken before Amari Cooper, and with him it's mainly been injuries. But yeah, Matthew Slater is kind of like an old player. I'm gonna keep Matthew Slater on the team for mentorship. I want to try to keep at least one old player per unit. And then yeah, Mercedes Lewis, he's kind of one of the exceptions of a starting caliber tight end, but usually with the way Madden is, he gets cut from the Packers no matter what, so we'll just have him on the team just to start. It's kind of like a sixth offensive lineman. It's hard finding bust for tight ends, because even the ones that were first round picks but were disappointing, like Hayden Hurst or whoever else, they're still at least average tight ends. OJ Howard hasn't been. He was looking really good, was a really good prospect coming out, but injuries kind of changed things. And I just got O'Shaughnessy, I might replace him. And the long snapper, whatever. Jason Peters, really good left tackle. One of the oldest players in the league. And he was like the third left tackle for the Cowboys. So I just brought him along. Greg Little, former first round pick from Ole Miss. There's a couple of Ole Miss guys and a couple of Florida guys. Lane Taylor was kind of old. Just two Browns players. Matt Paradis was old and a free agent. Billy Price was a first round pick from the Bengals. In that draft class, the Lions took Frank Ragnow, and the Bengals kind of panicked and chose a lineman. Chose wrong. Uh, didn't do much with them. He's kind of been okay with the Giants, which is nice, but I mean, still didn't really do much for the Bengals. Kyle Long is older. Wyatt Davis was a third round pick, but he was cut from the Vikings roster after like a year, which it's kind of hard finding like true bust, but to not even make the roster as a third round pick is extremely bad. Alex Leatherwood, Raiders legend, was a first round pick and was extremely disappointing. Couldn't even make the roster with the talent that the Raiders had on the O line. And it's no disrespect to the Raiders O line, like they played really well this season, but like you were a first round pick and you couldn't beat out undrafted guys or late round picks, so it's not a good sign. But he'll be our starting right tackle. Isaiah Wilson was cut from the Titans because of off-field issues. So yeah, with the edge group, have Jerry Hughes, just an older player, still has some juice in the tank. D Ford, why not? Taco Charlton, a first round pick that for the Cowboys, that scared the Cowboys. Still haunts them to this day because they took Mozzie Smith, who's actually a good DT prospect. And even though Charlton plays a different position, some Cowboys fans think that Mozzie Smith's going to be a bust because of Taco Charlton. So yeah, he kind of ruined their minds. Marcus Hunt is just old. Noah Spence was a second round pick that was very disappointing. Just couldn't put on weight and even be a solid pass rusher. Taven Bryan, Jaguars legend, first round pick, was like 26 or something. Was supposed to help out the D line when they started losing talent, but just wasn't good. In the draft he was taken, they said he had potential like JJ Watt, and it made no sense, but yeah, he's not close to JJ Watt. Hopefully he can be. Zach Kerr, older player. Jerry Tillery, first round pick for the Chargers. Wow. Couldn't even like finish his rookie contract with them. Was that bad? Just extremely bad against the run. Elliott's kind of, I guess, a bit disappointing. We'll see. And then Robert Kimdichie, another example of how could I not take him. First round pick for the Cardinals, Ole Miss guy, and yeah. Takk McKinley was a first round pick for the Falcons. He had like 13 sacks his first 2 seasons and just nothing. Wasn't good, just kind of a small speed rusher, but just that's kind of it. Can't really do much. Mark Nezecha, I don't know how to say his name. I'm gonna get it wrong a lot. Former Giants legend, just an older player. Josh Bynes, former Ravens guy. Nick Butler was on the Seahawks, more of a special teamer. I don't know if Reggie Ragland's gonna make the team. I'm assuming not. Jared Davis, first round pick for the Lions. I kind of remember him and Darren Lee, who was the Jets' first round pick, not on the roster though. And they're both just like those athletic, smaller, like weak side linebacker types, but they just weren't good. They were just extremely athletic. Laurenti McCray, older player. Janoris Jenkins, Jack Rabbit Jenkins. It's gonna be our star cornerback. DJ Hayden was a first round pick for the Raiders, I believe top 10. This was before I started watching football, but he at least converted to a slot cornerback and revived his career. So he's been in the league for quite a while, so good for him. But still, he didn't live up to expectations that the Raiders had. Vernon Hargreaves, first round pick for the Bucks. Like the difference between him and DJ Hayden is Hayden played a while. Hargreaves couldn't. just has been bad. DeAndre Baker was cut for off-field issues. Igbenogany is like the 4th-string player, was a 30th overall pick a couple years ago. And I mean, that draft class was kind of bad. Like Austin Jackson could have been considered, but he was kind of too good. And Igbenogany, just disappointing. Artie Burns, 1st-round pick for the Steelers. It's been bad. I just moved Josh Norman to safety. There's not a lot of safeties who were bust, so it's kind of hard to choose. Like Duke Dawson was a 2nd-round pick for the Patriots, just bounce around the league. Johnathan Abrams, 1st-round pick for the Raiders. Just has been bad. Like, he hits hard. Just don't know if it's gonna be the opponents or his own teammates. And he was extremely bad in coverage. I brought Cody Parkey to the roster. Why not? Former Browns legend. And I just kept the punter. So I chose the Browns because they don't have 1st-round draft picks for the next 2 seasons. So I edited the draft class, so I kind of know who's going to be good. It's based off of my evaluations on some players or what some of my peers, how they evaluated them. But it's kind of why I wanted to choose a team that didn't have all their draft picks. And that way we can get like surefire talent and starters when I do make these picks. But yeah. And since I cut a bunch of Bills players, we'll see where some of the former Browns players have landed. So first is the Nasty Man. I think I missed him. I might be blind. Oops, my bad. Unless... Okay, so they weren't signed yet. So I'll just sim a couple of games. But yeah, so my plan is to try to win as much games as I can with this team. It's gonna be bad, but that's what's gonna make it fun. So hopefully there's no injuries. Oh, and Isaiah Wilson, 4 weeks. Well, that sucks. Not gonna care about the strategy or pop-ups. Okay. So let's see where some of the former Browns players have landed. Okay, so with quarterback, the Nasty Man, he is on the Jets. So it's kind of like a swap between him and Joe Flacco / Zach Wilson. And then Jacoby Brissett is on the Seahawks. Okay. Nick Chubb's on the Eagles. Okay. And then Kareem Hunt is on the Cardinals. Amari Cooper decided to sign with the Raiders. So him and Devontae Adams on the same team. That would be crazy. Oh, David Njoku's on the Chargers. Good signing. And for left tackle, Jedrick Willis is on the Steelers. Jarrell Bitonio on the Buccaneers, giving Tom Brady much needed protection. Wyatt Tyler's on the Colts, so he's replacing Will Fries. And then Jack Conklin is on the Bills. giving Josh Allen much needed protection. Clowney's on the Broncos, which is a good pickup. I was considering keeping Clowney because for the first overall pick, like he's been really pretty good, but not what you expect, I guess. But would have been way too OP. Myles Garrett's on the Vikings, which is wild. And then Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, he is on the Lions. Denzel Ward signed with the Titans, which is really good. And then there was that one guy, Greg Newsome, on the Chiefs now. John Johnson is with the Chargers, so they got 2 players. And then Grant Dalpett has joined the Falcons. So I'll look at free agency and see what there is. Cut Jerome Curse. Dang. I think I'm gonna sign Kyle Rudolph. Kind of fits the Russ category. I'm a bit unsure of Ty Nsekhe. I think Witzman fits the older player bill. I mean, with Isaiah Wilson out, I could sign Marcus Cannon, which is a tough choice. I think I'm just gonna let the young guys, just let them do their thing. I kind of want to sign these good players. I still want the team to be more bust oriented, so I'm not gonna sign them. I mean, Vinny Curry would be nice. I think I'll just keep the team the way it is, because a lot of the players that are free agents right now, they could have fit the team, but I didn't really want to get rid of too much players. Alright, so for cuts, sorry Peterman. He's not practice squad eligible, so can't really keep him. Probably gonna roll with 3 quarterbacks. Not gonna keep former Browns players as much. So let's see, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I'm gonna cut. This is tough. It's between Treadwell and White. Unless I might have to cut Schwartz, or at least practice squad him. Just doesn't fit the team as much. I mean, he was a 3rd round pick, I think. I'll cut these 2 guys. So let's see, 1, 2. Cut the former Browns players. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll practice squad Wyatt Davis. It's kind of a borderline bust. Alright, keep 5 ends. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Practice squad: Winfrey, cut Reggie Ragland, and I guess I'll cut Artie Burns. So yeah, that's gonna be the moves. And in our first game, gonna face the Carolina Panthers. So it should be a fun one. As for our season goal, let's be realistic. And then I'm gonna choose the draft class I edited. Oof. Perion Winfrey got poached. Okay. So for the depth chart, Zach Wilson is our starting quarterback. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, running back. John Ross, Rager, and Josh Gordon are our starting wide receivers. Mercedes Lewis will get to start. It's going to be Peters, Taylor, Paradis, Kyle Long, who autographed. I have his autograph on a football, which is nice. I'll start Leatherwood. Jerry Hughes, D. Ford will start. Taven Bryan, Kerr, and Tillery. I mean, there's not going to be any changes. I guess DJ Hayden could be our cornerback too. Oops. Tavon Austin's our return man. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, our third down back. Trey Sermon, our power back. I'll make Rager our slot wide receiver. And the backup slot could be Treadwell. So Hughes and D. Ford are the rushing ends. Bryan, Tillery, and Elliott, the rushing DTs. Gonna make Jared Davis and Josh Bynes our sub linebackers. The slot's gonna be DJ Hayden. And that's pretty much it. So we're gonna face the Panthers week 1. It's gonna be interesting. Sam Darnold is probably gonna be their starter. Yeah, so for our focus players, gonna use it on... Okay, that's perfect. Zach Wilson, CEH, and Alex Leatherwood. Hopefully there's no injuries that messes anything up. Oh, and I'm gonna change the injury sliders. Nope, that's not it. It's gonna be on all Madden, of course. I'll keep the sliders the same unless something crazy happens. I think 40 should be good. Might bump it up. And let's upgrade some players. Zach Wilson gets a couple. Let's make you just better. Okay. Strong arm gets 2 accuracy mid. Yikes. I'll just upgrade the young players. So John Ross is young enough. Make him more of a deep threat. Okay, better catching. Igbenogany. Okay, went up 2 overalls. +1 speed, 2 man coverage. Okay. Taven Bryan. Needs to learn how to stop the run. Sermon's our power back, so it's gonna try to upgrade that. Okay. And so facing the Carolina Panthers week 1. Let's do this. Look at our top 3 players versus theirs. They still have DJ Moore, so he's gonna be tough to cover. And that D line is so good. Okay. Corey Bjorkis set a kick off. Kick is up. And it'll be a touchback. Panthers will start at the 25. And boom. Okay, so Chuba Hubbard is next to Darnold. Drops back to pass. Checks it down to 88. Oh wait, Jacoby Brissett. Wait, what? I thought he was on the Seahawks. Well, I was wrong. Brissett hands it off to Deonta Foreman. Gains a yard on the play, or a couple yards on the play. I'm just kind of thrown off because I thought it said he was on the Seahawks. That's nice. Abram misses a tackle. Foreman has a lot of room. Gets taken down by a couple of Browns. So Brissett is now a Panther. He's going to get payback on his old team. He throws it deep and gets Ian Thomas on the sideline. Also have Rashard Higgins. So it's kind of an underrated story. Just payback time for the former Browns players. A screen and oh, Brissett gets hit hard. Misses completely, so they go 5 wide. Drops back to pass. Just throws it short. And he gets 8 yards on the play to Chuba Hubbard. Lining up with 3 tight ends on the field. Deonta Foreman is the back. They're going to hand the ball off to him. Has some room. Gets taken down by a couple of guys and gets the first down. So it's 1st and goal. This Browns defense has been pretty bad to start. Bunch formation to the right. They're going to choose to drop back. There's some pressure. Brissett throws it out of bounds. So good decision to not take the sack. And now they go in a 4 or 5 wide receiver set. 5 wide, I guess. Brissett drops back, gets some pressure. Throws it deep and finds a wide open Chuba Hubbard. A crazy play. No one was getting open. He finds the open area. I'll probably skip the special teams plays. I mean, who cares? So Zach Wilson, former Jets quarterback, he's out on the field. Hands it off to Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Gains 3 yards on the play. So we'll see if these guys could change their careers. Wilson under center. Drops back. Throws it for John Ross. Fits it in the tight window. What a crazy throw, and Matt Paradis is down. Paradis has struggled with injuries recently, so hopefully it's not a consistent thing. Wilson drops back. He throws it, checks it down to Jalen Reagor, who breaks a tackle, and he fights forward for close to the first down. Gets taken down by J.C. Horn, and look at that move. Just down the sideline. What a crazy play. Under center, looks like the Panthers are gonna blitz. They do. Wilson throws it to John Ross, who makes the grab. Bruce Sternum, so Matt Paradis is out for the game. A 3 tight end set. And the ball off to Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Cuts it down the middle and gets some good blocks. Billy Price there, leading the way. Browns have been driving down the field pretty well. Wilson throws it to Reagor, who drops the pass. Was pretty open there. Just couldn't haul it in through traffic. Wilson making an adjustment. Drops back, there's heavy pressure, and he's sacked. Brian Burns off the edge. Just didn't have enough time to even get the pass off. So, 3rd and 16. It's gonna be tough to get the yardage back. So Wilson drops back, tries to get it to Josh Gordon, but there's too much pressure. It's Derek Brown this time. 57-yard field goal. Oh man, kick is up. It's no good, too short. So the Panthers will get the ball back with great starting position, almost at midfield. So, 5 wide set. Brissett throws it out of bounds with some pressure. 2nd and 10. Chuba Hubbard in the backfield. He motions him out. Have DJ Moore in the slot. And just throws it short. Doesn't gain much on the play. So now it's 3rd and 10. 5 wide, bunch set to the right. And Brissett looking for the open guy. Throws it deep to DJ Moore. Catches it on the sideline but gets pushed out of bounds. What a crazy play. Panthers will have to punt at midfield. Punt is up. It's out of bounds. Tavon Austin can't get to it, and it's inside the 5. Really tough starting position. So the Browns go in a heavy set. Hand the ball off to Trey Sermon. Gets nothing. Tough start. So a 3 tight end set. Wilson drops back. Throws it up for Greg Little. And it's knocked away. 3rd and 5. Or 3rd and 9. Wilson standing in his own end zone. Throws it quickly to Reagor. Gets the catch. It's 4th and 2. Can't really do much there, so it's gonna be a Browns punt. Corey Bojorquez gets a decent kick. Noah Gbignani, whatever. So yeah, Chuba Hubbard gets some good position. Man, they're already inside their own 50. Brissett's under center, hands the ball off to Foreman, who cuts it inside, has a ton of room, gets taken down by Jerry Hughes, and they are in field goal range. Things are looking extremely bad for the Browns. So I formation, had the ball up to Foreman, gets a huge hit from Bynes. And they hand the ball off to Foreman, makes a good cut. He's breaking tackles left and right, and he makes it for the touchdown. It's a crazy turn of events. Browns are down 14-0. And it's barely the first quarter. So a couple of seconds left. Browns will run the ball. Derek Brown makes a tackle. Just a gain of 2. And that's the end of the quarter, 14-zip. Tough day for the Browns. Wilson drops back. Throws it to John Ross, who makes the grab. Gets the first down. Taken down by... I forgot who some of these players are, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Wilson hands the ball up to Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who has no room. 2nd and 9. It's been a rough day for the run game. So Wilson drops back, gets some pressure. He just throws it quickly for Jalen Reagor. And just nothing. Things are looking bad. 3rd and long. Wilson drops back. He throws it up to his wide receiver, and he can't make the grab. It's going to be another punt. And a booming punt. Panthers at the 20-yard line. Brissett hands the ball off. Chuba Hubbard cuts inside, gets taken down by Josh Bynes. 2nd and long. Oh, they hand the ball off to Chuba Hubbard, and he gets the first down easily. I thought it was going to be a play action. Kind of fooled the camera, so... yeah. First down. We'll see what the Panthers could do. Jacoby Brissett's mad because he could have started on the Browns, but nice to start for the Panthers. So he's taking out his anger on this team. Drops back to pass. Has a wide open wide receiver. A new set of downs, and Panthers are driving down the field again. High formation, he drops back. Gets some pressure, throws it out of bounds. They go in the 5-wide set. He throws it short to Chuba Hubbard, who fumbles the ball, gets a huge hit. Josh Bynes recovers it. Oh man, what a play. Browns get the ball back with decent position. Wilson drops back. Gets pressure and just can't make the throw. It's going to be just the name of the game. He's going to have to make quick decisions. Drops back again. Checks it down to Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who fights forward for the first down. So Zach Wilson, in his 2nd year in his franchise, not a bad start by him. Clyde Edwards-Helaire has not a ton of room, trying to run behind Billy Price. But I mean, Wilson's been playing okay. So 2nd and 8. Doesn't have a ton of room, decides to run. He has some room, outrunning the linebackers, and gets taken out of bounds by Jeremy Chin. And oh man, Zach Wilson showing off some playmaking skills. So good for him. They fake the handoff. Throws in the middle of the field. Jalen Reagor wide open. And the Browns are in the red zone. Frankie Louvu gets hurt on the play. So they start off the drive by handing the ball off to Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Has some room, but the Panthers gang up on him. 7-yard run. And it's tough to get yards in the end zone. Clyde Edwards-Helaire cuts back, gains 2 yards on the play. It's a tough decision for this team. Wilson looks like he's set to pass. Panthers get pressure and they get the sack. Yetur Gross-Matos sacks Wilson. But since this team is bad, of course, they're going to go for it. I don't like this look. Screw it. Quick throw to Reagor. Gets the touchdown. Let's go, Brown strike. Great play. And now the Browns are losing 7-14, but showing some life. Jacoby Brissett with 5 out. He checks it down. And a 2-minute warning. But man, that Zach Wilson to Jalen Reagor connection could be something. Okay, oh. Just a wide open Terrace Marshall. Just breaking tackles left and right. This Browns team can't tackle at all. Five wide set. And he throws it to Ian Thomas, who's wide open. Josh Bynes couldn't cover him. Panthers are in or near the red zone, at least in field goal position. Just have to hold them to a field goal. So Brissett steps back. They run a screen, and it's read by Josh Bynes. What a play and what a hit. Abram comes in the box. What does he see? They drop back. There's pressure. Jerry Hughes, the ageless wonder, along with Dee Ford, get the sack. It's 3rd and long. They're in the bunch formation. And Brissett drops back. Checks it down. And oh, Deonta Foreman's gonna get him back in field goal position. 10 seconds left. Just waiting on the kick. Kick is up and it's good. Panthers lead 17-7. Not bad by the Browns defense. So it looks like they're gonna just run the ball. Ooh, cut back. Ooh, Clyde Edwards-Helaire showing off some of the moves. And now end the half. I'll just skip kickoff, whatever. Score is 17-7. Browns have the ball. We'll see what they could do with it. Hand the ball off to Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Has some decent room. Gains 3 yards there. Whoa. Browns fake the handoff. Throws in the middle of the field. John Ross has a lot of room. Taken down by Shaq Thompson and co. Browns are starting off good. Man, this should work. And the ball to Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Just has so much room. Gets the first down and more. A great run. Clyde Edwards-Helaire running for 5 yards a pop. Man, oh man. He's playing crazy good. Oh, there's nothing open, and Zach Wilson runs into Yetur Gross models. So 2nd and 15. Not a great starting position. Drops back. Throws it to John Ross, and oh man, with the safety coming down. Dangerous throw. But John Ross makes the grab in a tough situation. 3rd and 1. Wilson hands the ball off. And oh man, not a great block, but Clyde Edwards-Helaire still gets the first. And this team is driving. Wilson's under center now. Hands the ball off. Gets okay blocks, just a couple of yards. And once the Browns reach the end zone, they just struggle to get yards. They bring a safety down. So Wilson drops back, throws it to Rager, gets some room, takes a hard hit. But the Browns are inside the 5. They line up in a goal line formation. Trey Sermon's in the backfield. Hand the ball up to him and just gets stuffed. It's difficult finding room in this situation. Panthers have no middle defenders. Browns run the ball, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire just can only get 2 yards in the play. Frankie Louvu gets hurt again. He's down on the ground. Line up in a gun formation. Wilson drops back. Quick throw to Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and it's broken up. 4th down. It's a tough situation. They line up to go for it. Do they snap the ball? 5-on-5 in the box. Should be an easy TD. Ball snap. Easy TD. Great blocking by just Lane Taylor and Billy Price. Man, oh man. 14-17. Browns are coming back. Gaining some of the momentum back. Jacoby Brissett's under center. Hands a ball off to Foreman. Gets taken down by a couple of guys. Okay. 5 out set. Brissett drops back. He gets hit. Jerry Hughes was there. Oh man, Jerry Hughes is willing this defense to win. It's going to be a tough situation. And Jacoby Brissett checks it down to Ian Thomas. But he catches it out of bounds. It's 4th and 7. The Browns will get the ball back. Holy smokes. Tavon Austin gets the ball, tries to cut it back, run around a couple of Panthers. Gets a pretty good return. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire having a good game. 14 rushes, 57 yards, 1 TD. This offense hasn't been great, but it's getting the job done. Wilson drops back. Throws it short to Rager. Falls forward for the first down. Gets hit pretty hard by Brian Burns. And that Rager-Wilson connection. They're both pretty young players still. and along with Clyde Edwards-Helaire makes a pretty solid core. So they hand the ball off, and Derrick Brown just, yeah, he's way too good. So Derrick Brown makes the tackle. 2nd and 7. Wilson drops back, surveys the field, just throws it up, throws up a prayer. John Ross can't come down with it. 3rd and 7. Tough situation. Go with the 5 wide set. There's some pressure. Wilson can't get the ball off. And oh, Marquise Haynes gets the sack. They will have to punt. Corey Bojorquez. Ooh. Okay. Gets the punt off. And oh, huge hit. Man, oh man. Deonta Foreman, 7 yards, 7 carries, 75 yards. Just crazy. They line up in the I formation. Brissett drops back to pass. Gets it to a wide open Ian Thomas, who runs out of bounds. No one was there to cover him. Not a great start for the Browns defense. Line up with Foreman next to him. Hands the ball off. And oh, Abram chops him down. Abram has been laying the boom in this game. Okay. So, oh, what the? DJ Moore fumbles. Taven Bryan's down, but is that gonna stand? Oh, into booth review. Nope. Wow, that could have changed the whole game. But, oh, I don't know why I did that. Deonta Foreman gets it out the backfield. Just gets chopped down by DJ Hayden. And he gets a huge gain. And oh, Taven Bryan. The diagnosis is a broken elbow. So this team is going to lose their version of JJ Watt. And the ball off to Deonta Foreman. Abram just throws his body around, so it's pretty dangerous by him. Linebacker shifting over. Brissett drops back to pass. Throws it deep, and there's no Browns player there. Rashard Higgins catches it out of bounds, though. And now it's 3rd and 8. He drops back. Brissett's gonna run. Oh, takes a huge hit by Jared Davis, but gets the 1st and more. And now the Panthers are inside the red zone. In the 5 wide set. Throws it to, oh man. Just huge hits all around. Abram comes inside the box. He drops back to pass. Oh, Abram tries to knock the ball down, but he's too slow. DJ Moore gets the touchdown. And the Panthers are up by 10 points. The Browns are going to have to score. So Wilson drops back. He throws it up to Josh Gordon. And Gordon can't make the grab over JC Horn. There's no one in the box. So they hand the ball off. And oh, Clyde Edwards-Helaire gets the 1st down. Great decision to run, but the time keeps ticking down. 5 wide set again. There's some pressure. Wilson gets it to Josh Gordon. And Damian Wilson gets hurt. Oh, that's who 57 is. Huh. 2nd and 7. 7 minutes left. Quick throw to Rager. Cuts it upfield. Gains about 13 yards on the play. And so far, it's a good drive. Zach Wilson drops back. He throws an interception to Derek Brown. It was supposed to be a screen. Unbelievable mistake. And now, oh, huge hit by Jared Davis. 2nd and 3 for the Panthers. Just unbelievable. There's no words for what this commentator has seen. Terrace Marshall gets the first down catch. Man. The Browns are just shooting themselves in the foot. Chuba Hubbard gets a carry, gains 2 yards on the play. Time just keep ticking down. If they hold them to a field goal, this team could still have a chance. And Chuba Hubbard just breaking tackles. Gets inside the 10. Austin Corbett gets hurt on the play. This Panthers team is unstoppable. I formation, hand the ball off to Deonta Foreman. Gets about a yard on the play. I'm still in disbelief. Clyde Edwards-Helaire was kind of interfered with. And oh, DJ Moore makes a touchdown grab, and that's going to end the game. With how this team is, there's no way to come back from that. So hopefully, could just do something good. Down the seam to Rager. Great catch. It's going to be difficult to score, stop him, score again. Just checks it up to John Ross. And oh, just can't make the grab. So just 4 guys in the box. Panthers go extremely light, kind of invite the run. Browns will just run it. Wilson drops back. Oh no, he throws up to Rager. The ball's popped up and bounced around. There's just not enough time to score 3 times. Wilson checks it down to Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And time just keeps ticking down. Oops, wrong play. So a bunch formation. Just a check down again. There's too much pressure. Not just pressure on the D-line, but just pressure in the game. This will be a good opportunity to run the ball, but it's about getting points right now. Oh, and that's a tough throw to John Ross. A dangerous throw. 2nd and 10. Just need no more mistakes. Wilson drops back. It's too much pressure again. Can't find anyone open. Clyde Edwards-Helaire stiffs arm Shaq Thompson. 2-minute warning. And there's an injured Brown on the field. 3rd and 1. Wilson drops back. Throws it quick. Josh Gordon can't hold on. 4th and 1. It's difficult choosing a play in this situation. Okay. We'll see if he throws it to Rager. There's some pre-snap movement. And Rager gets the touchdown. The safety vacates that area. And the Browns have some points on the board. Do an onside kick. Oops. Alright, it's 3rd and 11. Panthers have the ball. They're gonna pass. Checks it down to Deonta Foreman. The Browns will get the ball back. Crazier things have happened. It's nearly impossible, but crazier things have happened. Still down by 10. A minute left. No timeouts. Wilson drops back. Decides to run. And just gains 2 yards. There's too much pressure and he gets sacked and fumbles. Brian Burns with the sack. Derek Brown scoops and scores. And now that's the game. There's not much to do but run the clock out. So ball is handed off and Corey Littleton makes the stop. Just a tough game overall. Jalen Reagor is Wilson's favorite target. Ooh, Mercedes Lewis makes the grab. Dang, takes a huge hit. Clyde Edwards-Helaire has been pretty decent. Oh, come on. Need better blocks than that, John Ross. And that's the end of the game, 21-38. As the Browns were mounting a comeback, they just couldn't finish it. Too much mistakes in the end. Tough to see. Abram gets a skill point. Okay, +2 in zone coverage. I mean, this game, his zone coverage isn't bad. Not like real life. Taven Bryan's out for 4 weeks. That's pretty tough. So, tough game, play the best we could. Defense can't tackle. Breakout DB? Abram's gonna break out. Oh, brother. Less than 200 passing yards. Sheesh. Okay. Anthony Schwartz was signed. Yikes. That's gonna be it for this game. Gonna face the Jets. Should be a fun one going up against the Nasty Man. I'll just do the weekly strategy. But that's kind of how this series is gonna go. It's gonna be a tough game after tough game. A lot of interesting talent still. Some young talent to build around. So yeah, next week, gonna face the Jets. Clyde Edwards-Helaire? Okay. +1 break tackle. Billy Price is becoming solid. So hopefully we could turn around the career of a lot of these players. And yeah, thank you for watching. See you next time. Peace.